I want to talk about is just all of the discourse surrounding Tory. I don't like he's like Tory made it was decent music. He had some bangers, but his music is not that fire for people, for all these dudes, these incels to take up for him like the way that they do. I don't know whether it's that. It's just I think they hate women. All
right. So again, this goes back to humbling women, men,
Speak on
especially
Speak
men
on it.
that don't feel attractive.
Speak on it.
Men who
Incels.
never really
Incels.
ever had attention.
Incels.
They turn to social media.
Incels.
This is what I think about social media. This is what I think. I feel like social media is a place where ignorance congregate and becomes fact.
Greetings. Greetings. We are back again. We are live streaming on Facebook. We are back for the We Gave Up naming this podcast. I'm Terrell. Episode 2.
I'm Hemi.
And we got my brother Maris behind the scenes producing the program and making sure we get everything running well and smoothly. So we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go like, follow.
What I feel like is that we didn't properly introduce ourselves. So me, I'm Hemi. I'm from Memphis. 37 years old. Like we started this podcast to pretty much talk about facts and opinions, and kind of act as the median between the two. Sometimes facts can be opinions. Sometimes opinions can be facts. But essentially, that's what we're here for.
For sure. That's it. You got all that shit. So this week, I discovered that Halloween really brings out the freaks, bro. Halloween really brings out the freaky ass niggas. So the freaky ass nigga award for Halloween 2024 goes to DJ Envy.
Facts. Freaky ass nigga of the year.
So I don't know if you've seen. I know you've seen, but I don't know if you all have seen. He dressed his young daughter. I think she's 9. He has on like a little revealing swimsuit, little kitten heels, and the whole 9. Like it's gross, right? So, he dressed his older daughter up as Aaliyah. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Dressed her up as Aaliyah. Now, all of this stuff, like, first let's start with Lil' Kim, right? I'm sure, I don't even know. I doubt they know who Lil' Kim is, right?
They from New York, so I'm sure they know.
Mm-hmm.
And then their father has been involved in the music scene.
Yes.
I mean, before they was here, so I'm sure they know who Lil' Kim is. But beyond that, I mean, still,
it's not age appropriate, right?
Not at all.
Right. So, I'm gonna speak for myself. Am I outraged? Right? Am I outraged? I say no, right? But he's still a freaky ass nigga. He's still a fan. I'm not outraged. It's just the stupidity for me. Like, because we want the father. The new thing and the trend is that the fathers are not in the home, right?
Right.
So the mother and the father was in the home, and all of this still was allowed to take place. They had a whole video production, a whole set, everything, and nobody said, this shit a little off.
So I can speak as a father of a daughter.
Yeah.
I would never, ever approve of anything like that as a father of a daughter. As a father, period. Like, you shouldn't put your children in those type of situations. I don't think it was appropriate. I don't think it was age appropriate. I wouldn't want my adult daughter in a scene like that with me. I mean, knowing who Lil' Kim is. Shout out to Lil' Kim, and ain't nothing wrong with her as a person, but she's an artist.
She's not a role model. Aaliyah is not a role model. And then to think about all of the things that Aaliyah went through, the things she went through with R. Kelly, and then you having a young daughter. Aaliyah was singing "Age Ain't Nothing But like just all of that. It
wasn't well thought of. They thought too much about it not to think about it.
I don't think them niggas thought anything.
They definitely did. They took the time, right?
It was a whole production, right? Yeah, they had backup dancers and shot music videos. And then I saw DJ Envy actually double down on today. Was it Saturday? Actual double down, like, oh, what are we fake mad about today?
So listen, let me say this. Let's stop the fake outrage. Like, I see some of the things that y'all expose y'all children to on a day-to-day basis, especially on Facebook. Some of y'all, I would not be proud to say that you are the mother of my child, but that's neither here nor there. Let's stop the fake outrage. Like, let's stop exposing these children to things that we shouldn't. TV shows, like, my kids ain't even allowed to watch YouTube. Different conversation, but let's stop exposing these kids to these things that we shouldn't. Lil Kim, no.
Yeah.
You know, but when I was young, we listened to Lil Kim. We listened to Biggie, we listened to Pac. It's a different era though. Like certain things we
Facts.
could listen to and we can understand and process it as music. These new children now, they cannot. Most of their reality is social media.
Yep.
Also, it's TV.
Yeah.
What they believe to be real is not real to us.
Yeah. And they're just exposed to so much, you know, with social media, the internet, just so much more exposure that we didn't have growing up. Yeah, I just why is DJ Envy not locked up? I feel like he need to be locked up, bro.
See,
he already supposed to be in jail for like scamming. He like selling fake houses.
See, this is more things that are
selling
not
Section 8 houses. Like, what was your boy doing?
He wasn't necessarily doing it. Just he knew
his business partner, right?
It wasn't even his business partner. Somebody that he had business.
Look, this man taking up for these.
No, it's not me taking.
I feel like you taking. No,
it's not me taking up for him. It's more like I said. I want to make sure we always set the boundaries of truth when we're doing these things and we having these conversations.
Exactly.
Make sure you know. Yeah, it was shady. It was shady, but at the end of the day, it wasn't proved in a court of law. We can't run wild with accusations when it comes to people. So he's a freaky ass nigga for sure. He's a fan. He's a fan. He's a fan.
And he is not the only freaky ass nigga this month for Halloween. I also saw on Facebook. I saw I guess they do content. I'm not sure their name. Google it, whatever. And we're not showing these pictures because we don't, or the video because no, we don't want to perpetuate that stuff at all.
Right.
But I saw a picture. I guess it's a family who do little video skits or whatever, and they dress their two kids up as Martin and Gina from the Martin show. The episode where Gina got her head stuck in the headboard, so the little boy is like Martin, and then the girl is got the headboard on it. And I was just like, again, like.
It's not Halloween.
It's not because it's like you know what it is.
That damn kid wanted to be a jack-o'-lantern.
A motherfucking Paw Patrol. Like you know what it is. You know what I'm gonna tell you exactly. Just popped in my mind. It's exploitation. I hate that.
Yeah.
You're exploiting your kids for money, for clout, for internet fame, and it's so whack. Like we're supposed to be protecting the children. Like I'm so passionate about. Like bro, like I said. You got and these are 2-parent households, right?
Right. I mean,
who. If the parents aren't going to protect the kids, then who's going to do it, bro?
I mean, again, we have promoted going viral as something positive. So I guess in this setting that we're in a social media driven era, this is what you will see. You will see people take their children and then they will do things with their kids and trying to go viral. Like I see it all the time. Oh, my kid said this, or my kid wanted to be this. Your kid did not want to be Eazy-E for Halloween. Like let's stop playing that game now.
Everything's just so manufactured.
Take your kids off social media. And like I try not to post my kids too much.
Bro, like we got a podcast, but we slick anti-podcast because everything. That's why I think it was important for you to set those expectations because you want to be, like a liaison between facts and opinion and what's real and not. Like you have our word. Like we will be the most authentic selves. Because everything is so manufactured. Everything is so scripted. Everything is so fake, just to get attention and money, like it's kind of disgusting, right?
I mean, this country is built on capitalism, so let's not pretend like we shouldn't be getting our share of the pie. But as an African American, we set the standard of what we consider to be acceptance. Like, I mean, we don't push the envelope like that. Like we went by grandma's rules. Grandma's rules was grandma's rules. Church rules. I feel like that's a lost idea these days. Like the conservatism or being conservative.
Yeah.
We actually come from a conservative background. As Black people, we have to find that again. So
yeah,
I mean,
cool. I think that's it for that topic.
Right.
Also, what just came out, Meg actually revealed that she. So I think Meg has a new documentary,
right?
And she revealed in that documentary that she actually did sleep with Tory Lanez, and this still
we knew that,
and this still is piggybacking on the first thing of these fans of freaky ass niggas. So, that's I don't care one way or another, right?
Me either.
What I want to talk about is just all of the discourse surrounding Tory. I don't like he's like Tory made. Oh, it was decent music. He had some bangers. But his music is not that fire for people, for all these dudes, these incels, to take up for him like the way that they do. I don't know whether it's that. It's just I think they hate women. What do you?
I all right. So again, this goes back to humbling women,
Mm,
men,
Speak on it.
especially
Speak on
men
it.
that don't feel attractive.
Speak on it.
Men who
Incels.
never really ever had attention.
Incels.
They turn to social media.
Incels.
This is what I think about social media. This is what I think. I feel like social media is a place where ignorance congregate and becomes fact. I feel like that.
Hey, Maris, clip that, Maris. Clip that.
I feel like that. I feel like we
Clip
get
that.
a bunch of like-minded individuals together and they start promoting the bullshit that they think that they like or their opinion, and then it becomes fact because it's tens of thousands of people that think that. Me personally, I was 20-something at some point in my life, and also I did things that I really didn't want people to know. Like it's some of y'all that I will never want people to know I slept with, but different conversation.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Meg lying about sleeping with Tory. That was beyond it. If she was shot, I still don't really know the facts of the case. I didn't really dive deep into it. I wasn't really outraged. I was more outraged about it even happening. Like as a man, like period.
Right.
Why do you involve yourself in those type of situations? Like you got to know as a man what you shouldn't do.
Right. Right.
I mean, he's young too. Tory, listen, let's say this. I'm gonna say this. Tory, artistically, he is great, but he was a cornball.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Try too hard.
I told you this years ago. I said this. I said, bro is a cornball. He does too much, too many antics, too many tactics.
When he rolled up on Dex, I'm like, bro, but look,
I'm gonna pull up type of individual. So
yeah, I did do my research on that altercation, and he kind of was a reason why he did that. But
even with Travis Scott, like Travis Scott tried to play with him, he pulled the fuck up on Travis Scott. Like, what's up? I'm gonna pull up type of individual. Like,
yeah, like what you got to say now, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the thing about it is that the people were the incels were
terrible.
upset though that she lied, and so it's like, oh, they're bringing it up to like, oh, if she lied about that, then Tory didn't really do it.
Well,
but bro, Tory wasn't on trial for whether he smashed her or not, right?
Hey,
that's two totally separate things.
At the end of the day, some people will spend 10 years in jail to smash Meg. So my boy might have won. But I'm going to say this. So it's coming to light that the guy, the driver, or the security said that he saw Kelsey with the gun, etc. Saw that Tory was trying to break up the scuffle, and that's when the shooting went off. My job is not to say if I'm not a judge, I'm not a prosecutor, and I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's not my job. My job is to say that a woman was hurt.
Yeah.
And in the court of law, I mean, we know how the court of law plays for black men. But in the court of law, he was found guilty. He has an appeal process. If Tory is innocent, free that man. If Tory is guilty, leave his ass in jail.
Thanks.
Simple as that. I mean,
but
all you weirdos that's out here want to attack this woman for sleeping around, man, look, we know who your mama is. We seen the Freaknik documentaries. Like, relax.
Bro.
Relax.
Bro, all right, cool. I think you killed that topic. I think we gonna dead that one. So, I guess it's your turn. Let me know what you discovered. What you discovered this week.
What I discovered this week over the course of the last few weeks. Like, I guess this is a serious moment. We all say this a lot. We all have this conversation a lot. A lot of y'all, this could resonate with a lot of you guys, but check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends. Some of you all may know that within the last 3 weeks, I was thrown from a vehicle. I sustained some serious injuries, emotionally, mentally, physically. It's been rough.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of days ago, I was also involved in a new major collision. And I can genuinely say that I'm tired of pretending that I'm okay. That first incident, I was with my son, my 7-year-old son. I think the only reason why I survived that incident is because he was there.
Yeah.
Truthfully, me worried about if he was safe is what got me off that ground. I was thrown in the middle of 240. I ain't really gonna get into the details of the accident. Neither one of them for sure, but it's just like I feel like we don't really check on each other as people like we say we do. Like we'll say, "Oh, if you need anything, let me know." But are we really available for that? And I truly don't think that. And that's why when people ask me, "Am I okay?" I naturally say, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." But I'm tired of pretending like I'm not good. Like I'm hurting. I got a lot of things going on. I've had about 4 procedures done over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I lost a quarter of my hair. So yeah, I'm gonna be hat fishing y'all for a minute because I lost a lot of my hair. I had a scar on my face that, it's been rough, like trying to get there, and that's how I feel. Like check on your strong friends, make sure people are good. It's okay to not be okay.
So thank you for sharing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love how vulnerable you are. We only on the second episode. Folks gonna be crying, but I love that. Like we want this to be a outlet for black men, black women. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is important, and I appreciate you for sharing it. But what I would ask you is, how do we actually show up? How would you like to be shown up for it? So you say that you don't feel like people actually mean it. What can people do for you or for anybody else that's out there to genuinely show up for people when they go through things?
Well, when you say I'm praying for you, like everybody is not Christian, um non-acoustic, but just also, like putting good things out in the universe for people. Like I'm a prayer, like I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, but we ain't got to get into that either. But when I say I'm praying for you, I'm really praying for you. If I say I'm there if you need anything, I'm really there. Like I'm the guy that picks up the phone at 3 a.m. I'm the guy that if I see that you call, I'm returning your call. I'm just there. I'm
There's definitely a
always
guy
there.
that picks up the phone at
I'm
6
I'm
a.m. to
I'm
call me
going to
when I'm asleep.
yeah. I'm one of them guys. Like if I miss
Yeah.
your call, like any one of my friends will tell you, I'm gonna wake up in a panic. Like, cause if you call me at 11 o'clock and I was asleep, my mind automatically goes to a dark place. Like, maybe something happened. Um, I'm hoping that you. So I'm blowing your phone up until I get that call. But just genuinely be there. Genuinely check on people. We do a good job. As friends, like my circle, we tend to like somebody is talking to somebody at all times.
Right.
So, and then if something's going on with one individual, we tend to all communicate about that. But yeah, it's been really rough. It's been a real rough few weeks for me. Like I lost my little cousin to gun violence, and it's just been a lot. It's been a lot, and I'm happy to be here. I'm definitely blessed to be here. My son was able to walk away from that accident without any major issues. I lost my vehicle, and then I bought a brand new vehicle, and somebody hit my brand new vehicle.
I know it's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm working to get back to a good space mentally. Like I truly think about going to counseling. So because it's been rough, like just driving around now is weird. It's weird.
I know that trauma, and like I definitely get it, bro. I love you, bro. I'm happy you still
Facts.
here.
Yeah, I love you too, boy.
Yeah. So I think I'll say my piece. Just to wrap it up. Thank you for sharing it. And I think sometimes it's hard, especially like with our friend group.
Right.
And some other friend groups may have this or experience this. It's kind of hard to check on people when everybody's a strong friend, right? And especially as black men, we kind of have to be strong. Like you said, when people ask you, are you good? Like, that's me. Like, you good? Like, I got stuff going on too. And he's like, are you good? Like, nah, yeah, I'm straight, bro. Yeah, I'm good, man. Slow motion,
Yeah, you ain't got a lot of me as a friend.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're not okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. Like what hit me is like I had a conversation with Dion.
Yeah.
About the whole situation, and he said this. Like he said, we almost expect you tough. We almost expect for you to get up and walk away from being thrown from a car. But he's like, I know that was hard. I know that you're hurt.
Right.
And I told him in that moment, I said, like, yeah, I'm tired of pretending like I ain't hurt because I'm hurting.
Right.
So
man, I'm sorry. We ain't sorry. Nah, y'all need to hear that. Nah, we ain't sorry about that. Take it in. Like, no, man. Check on your friends.
Check on
yourself.
Yeah.
Take inventory on yourself. It's okay to not be okay.
We in a new generation. We in a new era. It's time to stop lying about mental health. It's time. It is time. We done with it.
For sure. So I'm gonna segue right on into to a man whose mental health has probably been hurting or whatever, but it's probably a whole lot better now because he gets to go home to Mariah the Scientist. In case you didn't hear, Young Thug was released from prison or whatever. The trial is over, and he got from his RICO case. So if you don't know, Google it.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
If you don't know, but he got off. Off. He got 15 years probation. 15 years probation, right? So I'm a former probation officer,
and I am a probation victim.
I'm a former probation officer, and man, really anything over like two years or 3 years, like it's like who said Juicy J, like what, probation is a trap for niggas? Like
probation and parole is a trap for niggas.
And go over Thugs. He has a lot of different stipulations and things that he can't
be in
do.
Metro
so
Atlanta.
What is it? Okay, can't be in Metro Atlanta.
Can't talk about gang ties.
He has to do 100 hours of community service a
year. He has
to
do like 3 or 4 free concerts a year for promoting anti-gang association.
He can't have any contact with his co-defendants. Only person that he can have contact with is Sergio Kitchens, aka Gunna,
and his brother.
Right. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the exhaustive list of it, but it's a lot of different. Like for one, like he can't be in Metro Atlanta. Like that's.
I listen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I think
it's a good thing.
Does Thug still live in Atlanta?
I think he still lived in Atlanta, but I think that's a good thing for him getting out of that area. But Atlanta is the mecca for music now. I mean, outside of the what we do here. But I mean, as far as party scenes, Atlanta and Houston, I think he probably is gonna get away from one of those places, get towards one of those places. But I mean, when you talk about Atlanta, like first and foremost, let's talk about what happened during the trial. Like just a brief. The lies that the prosecution told, the length of them trying to get over was just crazy. Like me personally,
what were some of those lies?
It just was like they were hiding evidence. They were trying to sneak in evidence.
Wasn't the original judge was removed off the case?
He was recused because of a. I want to make sure I'm using the right language when I say this. It's basically he had a conversation with one of the defendants or one of the witnesses. Ex parte communication was what it was.
All right.
So right. So we ain't but that's where the recusal came from. And the new judge was pretty fair, but the prosecution, it was a miss from the get-go. So I feel like if they did the right thing, they probably could have convicted him because there was a lot of juice there. It was a lot of juice there, but it just like with O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson was literally not convicted because of misconduct of LAPD. I can't say O.J. was innocent. I can't say he was guilty either, but we know that the misconduct of the LAPD at the time was the reason why O.J. Simpson was not convicted.
Yeah.
Let's talk about importance of Young Thug in Atlanta. Like it's hard as a black man because I don't want to promote violence. I mean, but we all were saying free Thug. Like
I didn't say free Thug.
You ain't say free Thug. He didn't say free Thug, but that was the sentiment amongst the black community.
They could have kept him. I mean,
I know, man. I don't wish jail on no man. So that ain't.
I mean, I don't wish it. I didn't. I mean, I wasn't sitting around wishing it on him, but I mean, but as a man, also, if we're promoting mental health and being all right, we also have to tell you to be accountable for your actions, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to see both sides. So I wasn't praying on his downfall, but at the same time, if you're gonna do crime, you know what I'm saying, you gonna do it, like you gonna have to. Obviously, you don't have to do the time because you can, if you got money, you got good enough lawyers, you can get away with it. But like I'm not gonna sit up here, and talk about, I know street culture and gang culture. It runs deep. It'll take us 30 episodes to be able to
That's true.
sit there and peruse this whole thing. But am I mad that he coming home? Like, nah, he make good music, but at the same time, I think him and YSL, they were a gang and they did terrorize people. So, and some innocent people. So, so I also think about the victims as well. You know what I'm saying? So
you have to think about the victims.
Free Thug and all this, whatever, like it is what it is. I don't care enough to be like,
it was a very weird situation. When it came to the whole Young Thug situation. I think that when it comes to the whole situation, it's weird because a whole nother music artist was involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like nobody really talks about Lucci in the whole situation.
But why?
Because
why F.A.N. Lucci?
Everything was happening at the same time. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's Atlanta. And I think like you said, the conversation about poverty, gang violence, in the Black community is a very, very, very broad conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
The reason why I could say Free Thug is because I know that a man with a 9th grade education probably never became a man. A man that comes from poverty-stricken communities has never really truly had opportunity. The only opportunity that Young Thug has had is one of exploitation. He had to perform, to sell music for record labels that's predominantly owned by white America.
Yeah.
So when we have these conversations about Free Thug, like we got to have the conversations about Jim Crow. We got to have the conversations about mass incarceration. We got to have the conversations about the war on drugs. The very drugs that were poured in our community by, we ain't own no boats. We ain't own no planes. We ain't own no trains.
Yeah.
So we know how it got here.
Right.
So when we talk about Free Thug or Free Lucci or Free Meech, understand the masses. Yes, they were preying on other poor individuals, but you can just say, no, I've never done cocaine before. And I never had the desire to do it because even if it's in the music never made me want to do these things. Probably for bitches get money, but that's different. But anyway, just the broader conversation needs to be had when it comes to free these people. Because we don't bring guns here. We don't switches didn't get here because of us. Just know that.
I hear that and we kind of disagree on it, you know what I'm saying, on this topic, which I'm glad, because we're not gonna agree on everything.
Nah.
I just kind of feel like everything you said is true, right? And I think my views are changing as I get older, of course, because coming from social work and nonprofit, you think about the socioeconomic backgrounds, and you think about the systemic racism, which you're talking about too. So it's just kind of hard. It's like you're saying, facts and opinions where they meet and merge, but where do we draw the line between, I understand you were afflicted by all this and personal responsibility. Like, I think that's one of the hardest things, And
you definitely got to be responsible. Like, because listen, I'm from Orange Man. Like, I've seen it. I grew up around it.
Yeah.
Not a product of my environment, but I can say this, like in my situation. Also, like I got stories. Like I done lived a crazy life. Like, but fighting a life sentence, for protecting myself.
Yeah.
I had to look at how the justice system looked at me and what they saw. They didn't see a man protecting themselves. They seen a black man.
Of course.
And it cost me so much that I ain't even ready to have a conversation about what it cost me to go through that. But I seen a lot of the myths and a lot of the opinions that I had about people that constantly recidivism. Recidivism is constantly reoffending, constantly going back to jail.
Right.
Those things exist because the system is designed to make you do those things. No one should have to do probation for 6 years. No one should not be able to seek employment because they have a conviction on their record. If you said that I did a crime,
and you got to have a job, and if you don't have a job, then that's one of the stipulations of your probation.
It doesn't even make sense.
You can't find a job.
I can't find a job because you don't hire felons. But and then it's like it's so tough. Recidivism. I'm back to the streets.
Yeah, doing what I can do to make money.
Jail only creates smarter criminals. It is no rehabilitation involved. So free thug, free anybody that's there that ain't molest a child, that ain't raped a woman, that ain't hurt a child, that ain't killed anybody elderly. Free those people. Like drug convictions. Like I could say this as a Mythian. This is my opinion because this is not a fact, but I'm sure if they did the research, if they took the same amount of time that they do in convicting and locking up most of 201 is black. Yeah. I could say if they took the time to realize that they are incarcerating people who are mentally ill and people who are addicted to drugs, if they poured all of that money into mental health and true rehabilitation, the incarceration rate in inner cities will, I'll say, my opinion, because it's an opinion, it's not a fact, I think will decrease about 70%. Because you got some people, like what Joker say in Batman about, like, some people just like chaos. Some people just like chaos. But a lot of times, it's mental health.
Oh, yeah. I agree, bro. I think you killed that topic. I think we said enough about that. You know, we're going to get into it more, I'm sure, talking more about poverty and, you know, recidivism, corrections, all these different things, and the way they intersect our lives. We'll definitely, you know, touch back on these topics, but we're about to get ready to wrap it up. But before we do that, I want to just talk about, so music. Have you listened to any albums this week? Last week they just came out?
No, I haven't listened to any new music.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have listened to some new music.
Let's hear
it. I listened to Tyler the Creator came out with his latest album. Look, I'm not gonna name the number of the album, like 5, his 5th, 6th album, one of them. But Chromacopia, and I'm just telling you right now that he's gonna win a Grammy for that. They should just give him the Grammy now because the album would I say the album is a masterpiece? No. I just think, is it good though? Yes. If I had to give it a number, I'll say, or a rating, I'll say it's like an 8.5. Some really good tracks on there. I think maybe, man, he has a couple of songs on there with like, look, Daniel Caesar, you know, he was canceled, but he was uncanceled like a couple years ago because he apologized for that.
He was weird
Yes
to me.
Jules.
Anyway.
Yeah, he is a weird nigga. But yeah, I just feel like, but you can talk about this though, even though you haven't listened to any new albums, we can talk about the state of hip hop. And the reason I say that is because the reason I say he's gonna win because I mean outside of Kenny, like K-Dot's not dropping, and like rap is in such a weird space now, right? I just feel like
it's more. I think the female artists are producing better songs.
They are, and I feel like we have to. I feel like people don't love I love hip hop, like I love rap. I just feel like people are fans. Like we got
it's not even it. It's not even it.
Fans of just particular
the moment.
People.
It's the moment. We're fans
of the moment. Yeah, of the moment of the. That's what I'm saying. They're with who was ever having the best moment right now. That's who. Oh, he's winning. He's up right now. Like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of that person. Like, I don't feel like people love the art form anymore.
Nah, because when you heard it here first. Nobody that was beefing with Drake is better than Drake. Sorry.
Facts.
I talked about it.
I mean, you can make a case for K-Dot. Like
K-Dot, it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Like K-Dot makes good music, but at the end of the day, like Drake makes good music all the time. Like all the time. Like we love to hate a winner. That's how I feel. I feel like the man wins so much that we wanted him to lose.
And he also glad you brought that up. I saw him and Future squash the beef.
That's my
apparently.
goat. That's my goat.
Yeah, I see that they squashed the beef, but I think that's
they brothers. Like sometimes you differ. I didn't listen to neither one of those Future albums because I just cannot.
With Metro.
Nah, I couldn't.
Okay.
When I learned that it was done on some hating shit, I can't do it.
Yeah.
That ain't who
hating shit. Ugh.
Nah, I can't. It disgusted me. It disgusted me. Like
you dedicating too much time to one man.
Not
bro.
Super, not Future, not my. No, nah. I couldn't believe. I think he really didn't push the album like that because I think he felt some type of way about it too.
Yeah.
So, but that's my goat. That's my favorite artist. Just he is him.
For sure. You got anything else to say? I feel like this was a great show. I feel like we're about to wrap it up. You have anything else you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, just don't be no freaky ass nigga on social media. Don't dress your little girl up like Lil' Kim. Like it's no way ever that will be acceptable.
Where are the fathers? He in the house? So I
don't want to question this man. This man got a bunch of kids. Like I'm sure he's a good father.
I'm not sure about that, bro. I'm not like if you're gonna do that in the public eye, like it's no telling what you do. Like I'm not trying to say he's doing it. But he's stupid.
I mean, I feel like we're prisoners of the moments. I feel like once he pressed send on that, it was
too many people involved. He had credits at the end of them videos. Out of all them people, nobody was like, "Hey, I don't think this is a good idea."
Virality, listen, virality sells though. We like to go viral. So either way, we live in the era of what they say. No, what did it say?
No publicity. No publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we talking about DJ Envy. First of all, I ain't never heard them DJ shit. Like they say that. Like them mixes they be having be terrible. Like I be like, why is this song still being played on the radio? Like he'll play some shit that's 4 years old. I don't even
listen to damn Breakfast Club, but man, that's it, man. We gonna get up out of here again. Please follow us, like, comment, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcast.
We're really filling it out. Like, so the live show and the podcast gonna kind of be a little separate. Right now it's one entity. Yeah, so. But when we really start moving the way we want to, we gonna have live show. It's finna get crazy.
We got so much stuff planned for it, bro. And like this is a snippet. Like if you want to come and have somebody on talking about positive things on the podcast, yes, we gonna laugh, we gonna joke, we gonna trip. But it's gonna come at a place to where, bro, we're not bashing women, bro. We don't hate.
This
women,
ain't
bro.
that space.
This ain't that, bro. This ain't no, men versus women. Nah, we ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying?
And it's perspectives. Like we have a bunch of different perspectives for sure. Yeah. Hey, listen. 20v1. Listen, that needs to die fast. Like. It ain't one that I watched that I was entertained about. It is very disgusting to put young women. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
20v1. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't 20v1 is trash. Like, let's stop that. Let's stop it. Let's. What one boy? What Jay-Z did? Death to auto tune. Death to 20v1. Like that's never going to be one of them things. Speed dating. What's the other show with a little balloon popping? Like, listen, like. Yeah. A lot of them men and a lot of them women behind closed doors, they'll accept some of the things that they say they wouldn't accept. Like, so let's stop.
When you have an audience, you tend to act and behave differently. So, and then that's the thing, bro. You can't trust social media because a lot of this stuff is staged.
That's why this podcast has no name because it has no identity. It's realness. Realness. That's the only thing only identity that realness is. It's just coming off the top. Having true conversations. Yeah. A lot of this, we talk about what we're going to talk about before the show, but we don't compound on it. We get here and we had a conversation. We never know where it's going to go.
For sure.
When we have guests, we're gonna talk. They're gonna have their opinions. Yeah. This is not a tussle space. This is a safe space.
For sure. And that's it, bro. We're gonna get out here for real this time. So thank you really from the bottom of our heart. Thank y'all for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you were here tonight, so we appreciate it. We're gonna try to have a set schedule, for when we are going to be streaming. So you can set your, I ain't gonna say set your life around it, but so you can tune in.
Set your life around it. Like, look, we trying to do this for the people. This is the podcast for the people.
Yeah, I love that. This is a podcast for the people. So Yeah, so bro, we got a lot of stuff coming. We gonna work on it, but that's it, man. Again, I'm Terrell,
I'm Hemi.
and bro, we out, bro.
Out of here.